education very interesting for students, and therefore we don't have any dropouts.
You still not answered my question. Are you a strict teacher?
I think in the 70s to 75 to 80s, we used to beat up children.
Exactly. I went to a school where every class...
But not after 80s. I think I've beaten up children during this period. And parents wanted us to beat children.
My parents all sent me to the school only for that reason. देखो, education तो हो जाएगी पर मार थोड़ी सी खा ले life के बारे में. What is one lesson you have learnt yourself about education while when you teach so much or when you have these educational institutions, etc.? What is one lesson that you've learned?
See, early in life I've learned about the poverty of people and how poverty can lead to educational failure. And therefore I felt that education is the only way that you can change the face of the nation. And education, edunation is basically career building. It is basically institution building. It is basically community building, and it is nation building. This is how we can improve the quality of people, quality of life, and also protect the subsequent generations from getting into failures in life.
You have 3 children.
3, yeah.
What are their educations?
My eldest son, Priyam, is finished his 12th standard here, and he was in US in Berkeley. He did his bachelor's and he did his PhD in MIT and Emerson PhD in MIT, and he is back in India. He's here. After the PhD, he came back to India to take over the school and run the academic standards better. My daughter is also finished her mechanical engineering PhD in Berkeley, and she has started a company there. And my third son is an economist. He's mostly into events.
He's also PhD? Not yet.
No, he's doing.
PhD से काम कोई कुछ नहीं करता यहाँ पे.
And we have a very eventful happening in events. One of the biggest events that we have is Alegria. It's a festival which happens every year. Very well attended festival of. It is in New Panvel, in one of the campuses we have, and he organizes all that event.
You said that you've coined this word edunation.
Yeah.
Which is I love the name. How did this thought come to your mind?
Well, I live with it. See, every day, morning till evening, I live with this education. Going to a primary school, secondary school, junior college, architecture, management, engineering, polytechnic, B.Ed, D.Ed, all kinds of schools I go every day on a daily basis. The schools that I have built, I bought land, constructed buildings, created the infrastructure, brought in teachers, brought in students, and running very successfully. So therefore, I thought that it must be that's how it was coined.
The dream of an India empowered. Do you give scholarship to students?
Yes, we do have a lot of scholarships to poor students. In fact, I have a school where a night high school and a night junior college for the working students, and especially coming from slums in Chembur. It is doing very well. The students, the best of students, we pick up and put them to management education, and we do make a difference in their lives subsequently.
That's wonderful. Means I know, and I'm sure there are distinguished gatherings know what education can do to children, especially from underprivileged background. What is it your idea that this is why I want to teach these children? What is that one philosophy or one thought that you have?
See, education is going to change the world, change India, change our villages. And once we are successfully educate a child, he becomes a valuable person for the country, Can I just read something?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello. Let us consider how education empowers a nation. First, it removes poverty and ignorance. Second, it encourages family planning and restricts population growth. Third, by creating space for dialogue, it promotes respect, tolerance, positive action. It integrates the principles of human dignity and justice into our daily life. Through education, unity and sameness, it works toward a unification of man. Fourth, education creates a healthy respect for the environment. It promotes circumspect, self-correcting attitude towards environmental concerns like global warming, dependence on non-biodegradable products, energy misuse. Fifth, by raising awareness of our rights, education enables us to question inept governance and misrule. It makes us both responsible and responsive. And I was ending the book like this. To educate is to empower. To educate is to empower, and to empower is to set free. This is the heaven of freedom that Tagore was dreamt for our country. This is the attitude that we need to see now for ourselves, our country. This is the only way to scale the opportunities of the new world economy without barriers, without fetters, with our eyes on the future and with our heads held high. A nation will be able to create a lot of self-respect, dignity of human beings, and also dignity of man at the end of your life. Therefore, it is very important that we all collectively request the government to start schools all over the country, educate every citizen born in this country, so that we become a developed nation. I always believed a nation cannot become a developed nation unless we educate every child. In America, in all the European countries, in Singapore, in Australia, which I have dealt in this book, you have seen that first thing they do is education. Every child in Australia, their 45% is a taxation, but still everybody is forced to go to a school. Even if a poor district also will have a school. Any place for that matter, anywhere. The surroundings may not be good. There will be poor cities, but still there will be schools. And therefore all these developed nations have always treated education as a prime necessity, and it is the need of the nation, and therefore the politics is prepared for that. And in fact, in California state budget, once I saw 28% was only for primary and secondary education. But the state budget, 28% of the state budget. Because they think that is a necessity. And we also must do that. Somehow or the other, this thought is not in the country. So we must, all of us put together, the press, the media, the people, everybody must put together, must put this thought into the minds of the government that education is something which they required by the nation.
Well, I'm an eternal optimist, and I think if we have 50 more people like Dr. Pillai, this dream can come true. I always believe that. I also want to quote one of my favorite quotes. It says, if you try, you risk failure. If you don't, you ensure it. So this is a good try, and I wish you great distinction. Any questions from the members of the audience? You are allowed to ask a foolish question. That's the beginning of a good question.
Firstly, let me congratulate you on looking at education. I truly believe that if some more people like you come up in almost every city, I can actually say कि अच्छे दिन.
First of all, I want to congratulate you. So, in olden days, people used to read a lot of books and all. But in the modern world, we have seen people watching TV and now they have come with the mobile. So naturally, very few people are reading the books. So are you?
Hi. Hello.
Okay.